Welcome to Nightfall 2002.
It's crazy, silly, awful, and scary. We hope you know your defense because you'll need it.
Hey, how you doing? Now we're talking about Nightfall 11, or just plain Nightfall. The whole town's gone mad! From here on out, we'll be dropping the vernacular, or should I say, the Roman numerals. So if you wanted to know what 11 looked like in Roman numerals, you're welcome. Nightfall 11 decided to take a new approach on the storyline. It was at this moment in time that I decided that since I had missed all of the previous Nightfall storyline, I was going to pay attention to the new Nightfall stories from now on. And so I visited Nightfall, The Whole Town's Gone Mad, at Old Tucson Studios. From previous Nightfalls, this Nightfall was very, very different. This year's Nightfall introduced the two gargoyles, Vinny and Guido. This year also opened the idea of a thrill zone, basically near the High Noon Arena, also known as the Rodeo Arena. With separate admission, you could enjoy amusement rides. I believe that they had Ferris wheel and some other attractions of that nature. But with Nightfall's admission, you got the Nightfall on-location stunt show at the Mission Santa Maria. Basically, it was a show where these two guys try to make a horror movie, and it ends up going terribly wrong. This year would also mark a brand new concept to Nightfall Entertainment. Nightfall began doing musicals, starting with this year and Frightmares, Music of the Night. This was more of a ghosts, ghouls, and goblins type of show. Nightfall 11 had the return of the creepy catacombs, and a new haunted attraction in the High Noon Arena called the Slaughterhouse. Let's see, you had Unhallowed Revelation, which was held at the old stage depot north of the property, transformed into a church. Here they'd have a reverend whom would unleash dark forces in a really creepy looking cemetery. But these videos are about story, and Nightfall 11's story was Forbidden Passage. The story takes place in present day. The township of Nightfall is now an abandoned ghost town. A Professor Claiborne, wanders onto the property, and I believe with the earth saturated in the township's past, he is somehow able to harness that energy. Meanwhile, an officer wanders onto the property and meets up with the professor. The professor guns him down and then reanimates him with the help of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in order to assist the professor. Meanwhile, a group of teenagers wander onto the property. The undead officer encounters the teens. The teens realize that the officer is severely injured, but still moving around. The professor then meets up with the teens and begins to kill each and every one of them. Officer breaks one of their necks. One is set on fire, and, well, I think you get the idea. So that's the new story of Nightfall at Old Tucson Studios. Up next, we're going to take a breather and take a moment to discuss Nightfall presents Fright Fest at Old Tucson Studios.
As for now,